What up, Kings fans, and welcome back to On the Kings Dime. We've got a brand new video today. We're going to be looking at Sydney Kings versus Perth, the two-game home and away stretch. We're going to be looking at some of the fouls that were going on. We're going to be backing up some of Forde's comments, just having a bit of an in-depth look at some of the stuff he was talking about, because I think there is a few things that he was sort of saying. He was backing up some of his stuff with stats and figures, and just his conversations with the league, which I thought was a little bit eye-opening. We will go into that a little bit more in depth in the podcast. We're recording this before we record on Monday, so this is being taped, but coming out after. It's all a bit confusing. But what did you think about Forde's kind of rant, so-called rant anyway, Andy?
I don't think it was a rant. I think it was the most measured, accurate piece of post-match analysis that I have heard. It was really, really eye-opening that the league's ref boss calls and trains to call games based on reputation. I think this is, I we always talk about, he's not getting it because he's a rookie. That's just dog shit. That really is just dog crap. Like, what the hell, if this was any other league around the world in a so-called, maybe less democratic nation, you would think it's rigged, because you can't referee a team based on reputation.
Yeah.
They're more likely to set good screens, so we're not going to call that 50-50. And Geordie's more likely to foul, so if he brushes near anyone, we're going to call him. Like, what is that? That's disgraceful coming from a ref boss. It is. It really is.
It's a disgrace. It is. Save it. We're gonna go through that in the podcast. At the moment, we're looking through some clips. We're gonna go through and actually back up what we were seeing with video footage. Most opposition fans are gonna be looking at a couple of King fans. Of course they're gonna be salty about losing games against Perth, etc., etc. We might look at this and come away with sort of going, I thought some of those calls actually weren't that bad, or we might come away from this going, wow, this is really eye opening. So we're gonna just basically break down the clips and have a look at it. It might go one way, might go the other. There'll be stuff in this for every fan, I think, of the entire league. It's not just going to be about Perth fans saying, oh, we're salty. It's not about Kings fans going, yeah, we should have won those games. I think it's just an objective look at what some of these clips are telling us.
I think it's important to remember here as well, is this is a product. Anything that is going to bias one team in any, Sydney Kings being the same, any Melbourne team, is going to diminish that product, because fans are going to go, well, how the hell can we win? How can we beat Perth in a 5-game series if they're just going to get 4.7 extra fouls per game in Perth because they might be better at setting screens? This is the objectiveness of it. Is this actually, are the refs getting this correct? And we've seen time and time again from our own experiences that there is definitely a disparity between playing a team like Brisbane and playing a team like Perth, playing a team like the Breakers and playing a team like Melbourne. It seems like any team that goes over to Perth gets some ridiculously bad calls. I think certain players in this league are definitely singled out. And I think that the whole idea around rookie calls, the fact that if DJ Vasiljevic or any other rookie on any other team drives to the basket, gets absolutely trucked, he's just a rookie, is a disgraceful way of looking at basketball. I think you call it for whatever its merit is on both sides of the floor.
Yeah,
so let's get into the footage.
So these clips will actually will tell us, it'll give us a bit of a look at what's happening. I think we're going to just get straight into it and start. We're going to go through the entire game. So I'm pretty sure I clipped all of the fouls, like every single foul from both the games, rather. If I missed some, okay, I missed them. And obviously, we're not going to look at all these Perth fouls. Perth copped this too. We're basically looking at from the Kings side, because we're Kings fans, and it is about what the Kings organization is sort of looking at and playing through. So yeah, Perth fans can watch along and call us salty. That's sweet. But yeah, you're going to come away probably going, oh, they didn't get too upset. So yeah, don't be disappointed. Let's get into the clips now. You got that coming through. All right. So yeah, this is the first one, and we talk about it all the time. Casper gets a bump and rub, and you're just like, oh, home cooking, like sweet. This is going to start out heaps good. And then, Diddy sort of go into the whole, like, is that not a foul to me? That's like, a lot of contact there.
That's a tough one. That is a 50-50 call, but if it goes both ways, you're kind of happy with it, but that is a tough call. Could be, could not be.
And this was a travel call. This was definitely a travel. We'll go back just quickly and have a look. Kind of shuffles his feet. This sort of flicking through might be a bit ropey. You might hear some mouse clicks and stuff. I'll do my best to try and keep them out of the. But yeah, see, he lifts his foot.
Yeah.
To travel. Yeah. And Mooney, man, if you watch through spoiler alert, he travels a lot. Like they just don't see it. They don't look at it. They don't call it. I'd like to see them kind of get on him for traveling. Although, like, definitely one of the better bigs. It was was that little bump on the catch there? A little shove in the back from Blanchfield. We're at home. You probably want to give that one as well.
Casper would definitely.
Casper coming around, a lot of contact there. He gives the ball up. Yeah, it's 50-50. Flop warning.
Yeah, that's a bit exaggerated.
And we'll see that a little bit as we go through some of these clips as well. Coming around the screen there, he only kind of gets open here because if you have a look at this screen, look at him set. Like, look how ropey that screen is. Like, he's moving, flicking out, and look.
His hands aren't even by his side.
Nah.
Like, he's literally in a hug position to catch Didi around the screen.
And this is one of the first sort of things I noticed watching all these, like, cutting up this stuff, is that look how much space Cotton gets to take the shots. And this is kind of what this video is about, like how he's in a league of his own. Look how much space he gets there. And the second Didi kind of reaches around to try and make contact with him, stay with him, they call a foul anyway. You'll see that later on, is as soon as anyone really tries to fight around and get any kind of, keep pace with him, he'll get a foul every time. So it makes it hard to defend. That one was just a run-of-the-mill foul. It's fair enough. Craig Moller, low reputation, probably initiates that contact. You're at home. Maybe you want to see that get called. And have a look at, Wagstaff just knocks over DJ. We'll go back a little bit, try and get that.
He's completely moving through the
just completely just like trucked over. Fell over a little bit, but, so a lot of contact to start this game. You're like, okay, letting them play. It's not too bad. Shawnee Bruce up high. Finds Jarrell, who goes all the way. Little bit of contact coming down there, maybe.
That's no call.
No call. Fair enough.
No call for me.
Steindl coming around. Yeah, we're not going to see him sink that. You'll notice I've chopped the end of a lot of these baskets off. We're not going to be watching that. You see here, this is Geordie's second foul, and that's just a stupid foul. I mean, it's a bit of inexperience, just shoves him.
Yeah, that's a foul. That's a clear foul. I'm happy with that.
The first thing I want to highlight here, though, right, is does he make a little bit of a meal of it? It's a foul. Makes a little bit of a hey, And Geordie's got that reputation where, he's going to, get called out on something like that. As soon as someone flails around and it's Geordie, they're just going to be like, yeah, Geordie probably fouled him.
I think Geordie needs to get into the school of Jayshawn Tate archery. He needs to use his hips more instead of his shoulders. Like, you could easily out-hit Mooney there and box out successfully, but he's using too much upper body, and that's why he's getting called. But, you get Jayshawn Tate and just get that junk into his hip and start getting a little bit lower, and you can just hip him out, and that's not going to get you called. And that's why Jayshawn Tate did not get called for that many. He was an excellent box out on the defense, right? Because his just junk will just sit in dudes' hips. That's exactly what he's good at.
It's a lot of contact, and Shawnee Bruce gives him like, get the hell off me, man. Like, and I would see this one as, come on, ref, make a call here, because have a look at how ropey this screen is. Like, he's shoving him, he's all over him. Shawnee gives him the like, get out of here, like.
Yeah, that's definitely a move.
And then they call that. They're just like, Shawnee, you can't be shoving him when he's laying all over you, mate.
That's definitely an offensive foul. He's moving. He's actively creating space for a player to get off a shot while not moving towards the basket. If you set the screen, move toward the basket, and the player has to move and moves with you, and you're screening from that's different. But just holding a guy there.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I call that pasta machining, where, two guys are coming together in a zone. Force is going to dictate that the big man gets rite of passage because he's bigger than a small man. But I also think like some leeway for a small guy can kind of come around and run through contact like that. Like, you should let the guy run through that as a referee. And, that call, I don't like that. If they're letting that go, I don't like that. I'd prefer them to just like nip that in the bud. All right, you can't just be laying all over guys. And, we move on, and then you don't get that so much past the machine, because screens are meant to be screens, like running a guy into another guy, not laying all over him. All right, moving into the second quarter. What do we got here? That was nice off ball.
Yeah.
And then Casper gets like, where's the foul there? I didn't see much going on there. If we can't really get that good of a look at it. I can't do any zooming in. He's got his arm on him. Okay, fair enough.
He's gone straight.
And that's in his face.
It's on the forearm.
Yeah.
He just kept the arm down. Look, I mean, that's a silly foul because Casper's 5'10" against a guy that's 6'5" under the basket. Unless you're stripping him down low, that's just a silly. Yeah. See, there's contact on the forearm. No, that's a legitimate foul. That's a silly foul.
And the other thing, I guess, you're probably going, why is Casper down low defending that?
Exactly. Yeah,
and
then that's a bad rotation, and then that's a silly foul. No, I'm happy with that.
There's a lot of clips where you're just like, Cass, like, why are you down low defending this, man? Okay, so fair enough. That's Casper's first foul, and that's kind of important because he ended up with 4 fouls. Little bit of a bump off.
Not even a bump off. Look at the grabbed around the screen there. Go back. Just grabbed even earlier. Just grabbed on the arm.
So that's similar contact. He's got the arm on him. I guess, do you want a game to go 40 minutes or do you want a game to go 80 minutes? If we're calling all of this, you're going, okay, yeah, fair enough. You let him play a little bit. But if you're going to let him play, you let him play and you keep it at a standard and you let the game go the entire time. Looking at one of these, this is some pretty ropey footwork. A jump stop that turns into like another step with a bump. And you're like, man, is it travel there? Like, it looked like a travel. I think that went down, did it? No, it didn't. So we get away with that one. But look, some of these clips, man, you look at Mooney, he travels a lot. And they're just not really looking at it. Would have got Diddy off the dribble. That was the one with a lot of contact. That I guess was a block shot. Bit of shove on the way through. Like, cop that. Yeah. Fair enough.
It could, that'd be an and one if that was Cotton, though. That's the problem, right?
For sure. Any kind of contact, if we go back to that, any kind of contact Bryce Cotton will get.
If that's Goulding, that's an and one. If that's Sobey, that's an and one. You know what I mean? That's just like, oh, you've been in the league 9 years, have an and one. You know what I mean? And Diddy from next stars just won't get that call. He had a great first quarter. He played really well this game.
DJ all the way finds Geordie. That's just like, Geordie, come on, buddy. You make it a little more subtle than that.
I think we got one against Brisbane like that, where I think we had one of the guys went full shoulder against Moller and just went.
But to be honest, this is not a great screen. This is not great action. I'm still looking at that more as just he's going in there to try and get a foul. But but if you're Geordie, you're going in there to not just go with your shoulder straight down, to go straight into. Like, you can put the shoulder down and then Euro and maybe lay one in and call his bluff. But yeah, I'm looking at that just going, Geordie, come on, man. A little bit more subtlety than that. Just get out of my way. Oh, come on, sir. Why is that a foul? Here we go again. Another foul, another screen. Pushing the back there, not called. Then just diving at Casper's legs, and we're like, no, that's out of bounds. Like, what? And Casper's like, come on, man. Like, you just dived straight through my legs. I could have got injured there. What the hell? And he's like, giving him some bark, and then he just goes like, oh, all right, fair enough. But like, this is pretty rough, man. For a big man to just go diving straight through another guy like that, it's a bit rough.
Especially, that's a knee eliminator right there.
All right, next one, Bryce. And that's just one of those sort of hand clap touch fouls where you're like, yeah, fair enough. Okay, it's a foul. Most people are going to get it. But is that a foul? Maybe because he kind of goes like that. Like, oh, I'm doing this, ref. Like, see the contact. I'm doing a little bit of this after it. I still don't like him getting that foul, and even he knows it. A little bit of a dodgy look there. Diddy coming in, that's a foul. Kings fans getting hyped too. It's pretty good.
Less contact on that foul than some of the other fouls.
But I guess one of the main things about that one, he was kind of out of control, not really looking at the play, kind of just resting his arm there, looking for something, and then that's probably why the refs are going to give that call. You happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. And this was just a gross flop. It's kind of off screen because they went to a replay, but you just whack stuff, just get up, it's flop warning, and then kick it, misses the bunny, and you're just like, all right, you don't deserve that.
All right, what dodgy screen have we got here? No.
It's Cotton missing another one.
That's fine.
But yeah, this is Casper. This is another pretty important foul because this is Casper's second. Blanchfield underneath. The shot goes up. Little guy again. Gives him a bit of a shove, and there's a bit of a flop there. I mean,
that's disgusting. That's two guys attempting to box out, and
then
that's bad.
So that's not a great call to me. And it kind of really starts to highlight that, how many have we seen now? Probably 3 plays where Perth have kind of gone, "Ugh," and then they just get a foul. And you think to yourself, oh, why don't the Kings start doing that?
Yeah, that's horrible. Horrible call. It's a 50-50 box out attempt. The ball didn't go anywhere near him, and he gets a foul from doing like a little jump flop.
And it hurts again. It hurts because it's Casper. It's his second foul. It also hurts that Casper's boxing out underneath. It's like, Casper, you really need to be under there, man. Like, shouldn't be up high, guarding Cotton. But I guess Didi's guarding Cotton. And I like the fact that Casper's, working for the team, trying to box out. Copped a couple of dodgy fouls, but, we kind of play through it. This one again, a lot of contact there, twice.
A lot of contact.
There's a lot of contact. I mean, were those any different to those other ones we saw, sort of Didi playing through?
Contact there.
That one. And then that's Jarvis' second foul as well, too. Like, that's a seat. Have a seat, mate. You know what I mean? Oh, second quarter. But still, makes the game completely different. And I like the way Forde sort of didn't just go, these decisions cost us the game. You kind of sit there going, but a million different things could have happened. He was sort of highlighting the fact that if you make the right calls, the whole game goes differently. And there's a case right here. Casper's, doesn't get close to having a foul out, and then you get Jarvis here as well, probably closer to having to have a seat later on in the game. He made a couple of good plays. Here we go, Jarrell in the lane, and again, drops the shoulder. You're probably going, dude, peep this guy's mustache. How baller is this guy's mustache?
That's pretty good. Run that back.
See, Euros, so he's going around him.
Feet aren't set.
Nah.
Feet aren't set.
To me, that's just...
That's a block. To me, that's a block. His feet aren't set. He's still moving through the screen. He's still moving through the contact. That's that is a terrible call.
Yeah, I don't like that call at all.
Look at his feet. Look at how he's defending. Right. So here we can see Jarrell here. Now Jarrell's not going straight. He's going to the Euro step here. So the Euro step, he realized that, pivots. He's moving. Doesn't matter if he's dropped the shoulder. He's moving, and he wasn't in his original spot. So did he beat Jarrell to the spot? No, because his feet were moving. Therefore, it doesn't matter if Jarrell dropped the shoulder because he's not in his original spot. And he did not have preferential contact. So that's a bad call.
And you and I hate those too. I hate those calls as well. And they happen a lot.
If you're standing under the basket and you not moved and some guy barrels into you, yeah, that's definitely an offensive foul. But these trying to draw a charge, and that's quite clearly a blocking foul because his feet are still moving. And refs the whole premise of refs giving preference to the defender as opposed to the attacker annoys me. This isn't better than the attacker. That's quite clearly a blocking foul. And they just give, if you've got 1 foot planted and the other one's still moving, they kind of go, oh, that's great defense. It's not. It's not great defense. It's not planted.
And we've got a really good textbook. We've got a this for that. Geordie goes into the guy and you're like, drops the shoulder, just goes dead bone straight into him. And you go, okay, fair enough. But this one, like he's trying to Euro and then Wagstaff like goes limp and just falls on the floor. I hate that. That's a bad call for me. And I agree. It's a bad call. And this dude's mustache, top quality. I like the defense here. Jarrell gets the ball. It's up into his face. Tries to flop a little bit. A little bit of I'm flopping a little bit. Could you give me something? Gives the ref a bit of a stare down too. And then, a bit rough. Okay, let's get it both ways.
My thing was, though, he wasn't attacking the basket, so he doesn't get preferential call.
Have a look at this. There's a lot of contact here. He's Wagstaff again. Doesn't leave his feet. Doesn't go straight up. Kind of got the arm into him. Mooney lands on him, lays it in. I'd like to see Jarrell get these calls, man, because he doesn't get enough of them. At home, I like to see Jarrell get that. It's like, you're at home, you deserve some calls, Jarrell. Have some calls. Yeah, here we've gone from, let's analyze this properly to just, hey, I think you should get a call on this one. Casper, again, this is Cotton, and that's contact. And, okay, for us going, man, Casper never gets those bump and rub up high fouls. He's got 2 in this game. And you're like, yeah, sweet, because he deserves to get that call. Because that's a call that Cotton gets a lot. And fair enough, it calls both ways. And that's a bit... There's a lot of elbow in that, man. There's a lot of extended arm in this.
Yeah.
That's a lot. You'll see in some of these clips, man. Mitch Norton loves using his elbows, man.
Can't defend the basket from the wrong side, so I think Muller is not in position there to take the charge. That to me is.
I like savvy bit of play though from Moller. I like that. As much as I hate charges, I'm like, yeah, fair enough. And I think he's extending his arm, in my opinion. I can't zoom this. We haven't got the levels of zooming in.
He's not defending the right side of the basket for me. Therefore, it's not a charge.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's on the other side of the basket. He's not defending the right side of the basket. So look, it's not even a 50-50. That's the kind of call that the air.
And then Cotton gets that same one back, and you go, yeah, fair enough. Casper got that one. Cotton got that one. I'm happy with that.
All right, let's see.
Jarrell underneath again, through a lot of contact here. Geez, I guess Bairstow's kind of in a legal guarding position there, and there again. You're all right, but here. He's he's going into him. He's not straight up. He's got one arm up. He's kind of on a slant doing these ones. You gotta give the attacker the benefit of the doubt and give that an and one, in my opinion.
Look, it's one of those calls that he misses it. You probably gets the call. The fact that the basket.
I hate that too, man.
Yeah, that for my mind is kind of like how I would be thinking if I was a ref. It's just if he misses that, I give him the 2. But if he gets it, then it's just it's not an and one. It's not like you've made a really good play. And it's kind of like you've banged down low. You deserve to get the 2. It's not like you've made a really good play and you've outsmarted this defender and he's made contact and you deserve the and one. That's how I think.
It's top quality forward play too. And then again, it's racking up fouls now for later. That's another aspect of it. I got this marked up, so we're going to watch this one.
That's a moving screen. That's again a moving screen.
Big shove. And that's a similar one to the one before where we saw it was a lot of contact. Diddy in the lane. You give one at one end. It's a different part of the game. There's a lot of contact up high here. Mooney on Casper.
There's a lot of contact from Mooney on Casper. And there's an outstretched arm, which again, from my mind, is that that's contact. That's an offensive foul. Is there contact on the play? Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
They don't have position. That's 2 shots. But that is also a foul on Mooney before the actual play. So
there was a lot going on in that, and I like that call in general. But if you're going to make this call here, which is a foul there, okay, yeah, they made the call and that's the right call. Then you give the one before the Diddy, it's almost identical to that, and they're just nah, nothing for you, mate. Obligatory. We just have to have Brad Newley cut into the basket on a zipper. Just do that every time, Brad.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Are we looking at the footwork here? Tommy V. It's always a bit ropey when it's Tommy V. Oh, what's that? Diddy just goes flying to the floor. Let's have another look at that, eh? If you have a look kind of off ball up high. Again, another really bad screen. That's a terrible screen. And enough for a player to go flying to the floor. The refs are just nah, not even going to look at it, mate. Yeah, someone went to the floor, and then Craig Moller get bailed out with that's basically a Geordie special where he just goes straight into him. Which
that's an offensive foul. Moller had clear foot position there. He wasn't moving, and he went straight at him with his shoulder. So that's clearly a foul. All right.
But I'm genuinely infuriated that they didn't call this on Diddy. I mean, that's he's not. Does he flail? We've seen Blanchfield flail around. Does Diddy, if he flails around, does he get that call? I still don't think he gets that call.
Blanchfield's been 300 game veteran, my friend. He gets those calls.
All right, Forde, settle down, mate. All right, next clip. Casper bringing up the ball. Still a tight game here. A lot of contact there. He gets the call. Fair enough. Yep. We're happy with that. Just quietly, Cotton struggling a little bit on defense. A couple of times, a couple of dodgy fouls. Great double team. Superb double team from Craig Moller. Goes in. There's a lot of contact there. Craig Mullen's got dreadlocks, so therefore no foul. Going backwards.
And comes... yeah.
It's a ropey finish. If he finishes that a little bit strong. If it's Jarrell, Jarrell probably finished that a little bit stronger. If he just dumps it off to Shawnee Bruce, it's probably also a bucket. But still, I think there's some contact there. And you're at home. I'd like to see the ref call that, to be honest.
Yeah, that's it.
In my opinion.
50-50 call.
Even Craig was like, mate, you serious? I'm going up. He's caught me. This is Casper here. This was the tech. Little get out of my way, son.
What was said? That's the question.
Yeah, I look. There's a foul there.
Yeah, hips
That
out.
I think, this guy down the bottom here could probably give that elbow and just be like, offensive foul, man. That's a bit uncalled for. And then here he goes straight up into Wagstaff's arm, and that's a foul as well. He should get an N1 there straight up.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure he's drawing a Bryce Cotton there. Kind of gives the ref a little bit of afters. And look, nobody's kind of come out and said, yeah, nah, definitely he was speaking of Bryce Cotton. Forde kind of alluded to him jaw jacking with Bryce Cotton. But I don't know, man. I kind of think he said something to the ref.
Yeah.
It was good lay-in. I think a tech foul in this situation too, at this point of the game, I don't like that. Because that's definitely a foul on Wagstaff, gets him on the arm. But you see, that kind of lingers over Cotton's shoulder. I'm not, he's kind of lingering, looking at the ref a little bit there, man. I'm not 100% sure he was giving it to Cotton.
Yeah, I don't think it was Cotton. I think it may have been the referee that time.
Yeah.
With good reason too, as well.
Yeah, definitely. With good reason.
It's not Bryce Cotton calling the game. Or is it?
Oh. DJ, Tommy V, obligatory. You get a bit of Tommy V.
Mate,
just because he's your best mate.
I love Tommy V in the corner, mate. Tommy V is sixth man of the year.
Wait till you get to the second game where he's fouled out in 3 minutes. Whoa, a lot of contact there on Bryce. Jeez. A little pasta machine there.
That's probably a foul.
That's definitely a foul, man. I don't know how he's not gotten that call, but
yeah, that's a foul.
You like to see it as a Sydney team. I hate those screens too. Just quietly, this is a rubbish screen. That gone straight into him on the front.
Yeah, and then just keeps moving.
Stood
around.
there and moving into him.
Yeah, that's
check this. Oh, he landed on his foot. Sorry, I thought that was just a straight up flop, but he landed on Wagstaff's foot. Keeps going, and there's just a clear travel. Yeah. Glad they got that call. Forde's revving everyone up. Come on, let's keep moving, boys. It's a 2-point game. And this is a tight game at the moment. Jarrell goes in, gets the foul, and then why isn't that an N1? That's what I want to know about this.
Where's the foul? He's on clear route to the basket. No, the foul must be on the floor, so it's got to be beforehand. Where is it?
Yeah. If the foul's before it, is it here? Is that reach the one he calls? No, he hasn't put his arm up yet. There, right? Yeah, so there he's called it. And he's got control of that ball. Does he have a right to go up from here? Do you reckon? And
look, I don't know about I'm not clear on the FIBA rules. I know that in NBA that would definitely be a continuation.
Yeah, for sure.
Clear path to the bucket, but I'm not sure about FIBA rules in that respect.
It was a pretty high elbow butt from Jarrell, so.
Yeah.
Casper again.
Quite clearly a foul.
Yeah, I thought that was a foul too. We'll have another look at that. And that's just, again, one of these textbook, bump and rub up highs. He gets one, Cotton gets one, and then nobody gets any.
Quite clearly a foul.
Puts his arm right all the way across him. Even gives him get the hell out of my way.
Quite clearly a foul. There's another foul. He doesn't have position.
Yeah. And
that is changing Casper's game because Casper should shoot there and should get 2 shots. You know what I mean?
I think Geordie got it. I think it was Geordie who ended up getting the foul.
Yeah.
On his.
I mean that instead of Casper dumping off and potentially not getting the foul, he should be confident enough that you've just been bumped twice. That if you go up the shot, that you're going to get it.
How good was that catch? And peep the slide, dirty defense here from Wagstaff. Throws a leg in, one leg, have another leg too. I'm like, oh man, that's filthy. I hate stuff like that. That was like when Crocker stepped on the back of Shawnee Bruce's foot and no one even batted an eyelid. And I was like, man, that's a filthy play. I hate those plays. Comes back out up high. Casper gets all the way in. A lot of contact there. Lays it in. Hits the kind of jumper. But I think, this is pretty dirty defense. And, more really should be said about someone sticking their leg in like that. Trying to trip a dude as he jumps out of bounds. It's pretty poor. Finds Jarrell the handoff to DJ. More contact again. Gets nothing. Yeah. Is it Diddy? Is Diddy the guy that you just can't get anything?
Yeah, maybe.
Because there's been 3 or 4 where he's had a lot of contact, man. We'll go on to the next one. Casper misses that layup. That's probably one where you're just going, man, Casper, come on. You probably should be scoring that layup at your pedigree. But, here, there's a lot of contact there, man, leg to leg. Even comes around with a swipe underneath, man. You'd think one of those refs would be calling that. up high, little one-on-one sort of elbow to torso. That's a bit here and there, but you're probably asking Casper to finish that one. We got Perth. Mitch Norton wants one. No, not going to get it. Really wanted that one. As a foul.
Yeah, that was clear foul. Clear foul.
So, yeah, he's upset for a reason, and fair enough. So, this game's getting a little bit out of control now.
Yeah.
And then that, like, we've seen some dodgy screens already.
Go back. Run it back. I got to see that again.
We've seen some dodgy screens already, man, like, give or take either way. But this... Is that any different
his feet are set.
Is that any different? Like, he gives it the tiniest little bit of...
Yeah, that's so weak, though. That his feet are completely set. He's not hugging Bryce. He's pivoted his hips, but his arm isn't coming into contact with Bryce. He's set and moved towards the basket. He hasn't tried to impede the player any further.
He hasn't trucked him to the ground either. Like,
no, that's a bad call.
That's a bad call. It's a superstar type thing. And again, Cotton's kind of in a league of his own on that.
That's also just like, call Geordie for everything. He doesn't know how to set that's a fine screen.
Yeah, to me that's fine.
That's fine.
I'm okay with that being called, right? But if you call everything, like if you call every dodgy thing, I'm okay with that being called.
Because what is an effective screen then? That to me
you've got like pasta machining going on one corner. You've got like dudes like flat out like torsoing people at the other end, not getting called, and then to call that, I thought that was pretty poor, man. In terms of a bad call. Got Bryce up high now for the next one. Norton drive. That's pretty much the identical one from that Cotton didn't get before.
That's a foul.
That's a foul, definitely a foul. But if if Cotton doesn't get that one before, should he really be getting that call?
Yeah, that's maybe just bad reffing. But yeah,
100%.
That's 100% foul.
Yeah. Free throws? Should he be shooting free throws?
No.
No? Most definitely not.
No.
Like, if Jarrell's not shooting free throws on that other one, like, how is he shooting free throws on this one? Like, the contact's here.
Yeah.
Does he get another step one?
Yeah, no. That's
like, there's no way that's free throw. So, another bungled call there from the refs. In a tight game that is about to be blown wide open. And Steindl there just clearly elbows Sean Bruce in the top of the head, and that should just be a foul, straight up, like right there, bang.
Yeah,
protect the player, and then we go up the other end. That's all good. Instead, it comes back down the other end, and Craig Moller just clocks him in the face one. How dare you hit Shawnee Bruce in the head? I'm going to hit you in the head. And that's still a sweet block. If he doesn't catch him, that would be a nice block for Mollers. Kick it with a woohoo, little wavy arms underneath like that. All right, what do we got now? The game's about to just be blown wide open. Oh, yeah, that was the one where Newley got hit in the head on the way through. Woo! Yeah. Cop that one. I'm glad they saw that because who actually gave that call? The guy up top, yeah, saw that. Is it interesting that the guy on the far side saw that contact? Even though it's like through Newley said, I guess you sort of see him go douche. But yeah, I'm glad they called that because to see him with blood, I was like, God damn, man, this game's rough. See again, we're looking at that Geordie screen, and then suddenly we get this. And how is that any different to that other screen?
I think Geordie's screen is fine. His feet are sliding. You can go back and run back to Geordie's screen if you wanted to, but his feet are set when he makes contact with the player, right? You play this,
and he's taking a step. And he's going sideways, yeah.
Yeah, right foot sliding. That is an offensive foul. Okay, let's play this Geordie screen. Okay, look at Geordie set here. Feet completely set.
He's moving a little. He's moving a little bit, but he's moving less than that other one.
Yeah,
And okay, Shawnee can't get that call, man. But I think Shawnee should definitely get that call.
Yes, that is.
And he even tries a little flop and goes to ground, and he still can't get that call after he's been elbowed in the head and can't get that call. Yeah, I did it in slow mo. Yeah, I think that's an identical play, and I'm surprised the refs didn't go, yeah, no, that definitely. We're calling this even type of thing. Or a little ghost screen from Kick It there. More contact again.
Yeah, that's a foul.
I like that as a foul. It's always annoying when, you know that's a foul. He's clearly moving.
Yeah, he's clearly moving. He's not got position.
I hate it when a player puts up a shot and they just don't call anything, and you just look like an absolute tool, and it's like, oh, brutal. Oh yeah, remember this? Remember Mitch Norton and his happy elbows? Here, have some of that elbow.
Yeah, that's
loves the elbows, man. Nice dump off foul.
Yeah, that's
gets a foul. And that's fair enough. It was a good call. Newley here. Did he have some of that, Bryce? Too light, mate? Rushes that a little bit.
Yeah, rushes that too much. No, that's play on.
It's fair enough. I like that.
It's an acceptable amount of contact, I think.
I like the no call there as well. Fakes that screen. And then a little touch in the back. That's definitely a foul.
It's definitely a foul. Push off in the back, yes.
But again, he's flailing. He flails a lot, man. Like when you watch it.
He does weigh $105, man. He's literally a twig.
Yeah, he's so light.
So small.
And that's fair enough. And then, you'd like that to be Casper's first foul and not his third. And that's a huge part of the game too. Or his second foul, I guess. The other one was, touch and go. Jarrell going inside here, gets a foul. I don't really like that call.
No, neither do I. I don't think that's a foul at all.
I think Jarrell's kind of out of control a little bit here.
I think Besto's actually got good position on him there. So no, I disagree with that call.
Yeah, I don't like. He's kind of out of control. They traveled a little bit, but they gave the call. Yeah, and again, it's not about this call, that call's wrong, this call's right. Like in the context of the game, we're watching this along, and it doesn't flow right. Like some of these fouls, like you're going, whoa, that's a foul, but this is where's the flow of this game? You know what I mean? And they're already out by 14 here. The game's over. We knew it's kind of as we were watching it, it's kind of over. But going through here, Casper, there's a little bit of contact there. He doesn't get anything. Casper again. Here's Jarrell, and that's a travel. You know what I mean? How many travels have we seen missed already? But we don't, they're all over that one. Eagle eyes. Old Nugs down the bottom. We've got a little Casper fall over here. It just slipped, looks like. Yeah. He's just so fast, man. He's got that crippling combination of just super fast. And anytime you touch him, you just get a foul.
That as well is that he can pull up on a dime. Like he's so quick in the pull-up motion that, it's really hard.
Hey, have a peep at this. Another sneaky, you like this? Right in the nuts? Have an elbow in the nuts, DJ. Loves that elbow, man. Yeah, that's a sneaky one to look at where he loves throwing that elbow into people. And then DJ gets a foul there.
Let's end it there.
A lot of contact.
After this is kind of irrelevant now, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah. Want to see a travel? I think it's Blanchfield, actually.
1, 2.
Whoa! Lifted his feet, not even looking. Like, have a look how bad this travel is, and he's not even looking, this guy. Look at this. Jumps in the air. Like, how do you miss that? Like, look, we got Nugs up the top, is looking at I don't know what. This guy on the baseline is looking, I don't know, over at this cross screening underneath, and this guy who's right near it completely misses it. Braz, come on. Braz. All right, let's move to game 2. Jarrell underneath. Jordy
just get pushed in the back.
Yeah, shoved out of bounds. No respect at all. Like you're gonna get anything, Jordy, in this game? Nah, not in Perth's building. Can't get anything at home. You're not gonna get anything in this building.
And just pushed out of bounds there.
Yeah, shoved. Oh, nothing happening there. And Jordy even runs up court, giving her that. Are you serious, man? Look, nothing. Yeah. That's bad. But we're not expecting anything in this arena, though. Like, surely. He loves this. I'm going to just stand in the way and not even let you guard the guy on ball. And we see it a few times. Blanchfield, a bit of contact there. Underneath, nothing going on there. Bryce starting the game, I'm just going to fall over.
Oh, no. It was a bit of a shove from Casper.
Yeah, but I like that. Cop that.
Yeah, that's. I think that's kind of flow of game.
I like that, sit down, Norton. Get your elbows out of here and sit down, mate.
Yeah, that's.
And this is the first foul, and it's blown my theory of Casper never gets these up high calls out of the water. He gets one straight off the bat. You got one in the last game, you got one in this game. So there you go. That theory's blown out of the water. A lot of contact there. Even throws bows into Casper's head. And then he's given like a nah, what did I do? I'm like, you elbowed in the head, mate. Like, what are you talking about? What do we got here? DJ going to the hole. A lot of contact there. Nah, can't get anything. Jarrell cleans up. Here we go. Here's a nice travel for you. Which pivot foot's his pivot foot? Oh, that foot's off the floor. It's travel. And I'm pretty sure there's a foul underneath here. Casper. Yeah, that's one of the fouls. I mean, shove Norton, bit of a karma call there. It's fair enough. Yeah. And again, one of those pasta machines. And that's fair enough. You'd like anyone on a basketball court to get that call. Casper coming down, shoots a horrible jumper. And you're just like, whoa.
I think that's a foul if you think about foul in the true sense, is that Casper lands.
Yeah, look where he lands. He throws himself forward a little bit.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. That's no
and
ball.
He doesn't complain too. Like I kind of tend to look at those ones as doesn't complain, so fair enough. Yeah. That's all right. But at the same time, we saw a couple of those Blanchfield ones where he just threw himself on the ground no matter what, and you're like, ooh, should he be doing that? I don't like it. The other thing too is have a look at this. His foot's on the ground. That ball's clearly in his hand.
Yeah. And
the ref's just like, yeah, I saw you chuck that on the back of his head. Yep. Not even going to look at it. Like, surely you're just like, let's have a review. We've seen so much twirling over the last few weeks. Let's have a review of that. And again, we're talking about, shove off.
No, that's legit. I'm happy with that.
But again, we're talking about the main point in this video is you just look at how much room he gets around that screen.
All right, go back. Let me just have a look at the screen again.
This is not a great screen. I didn't pick this up. I didn't highlight it, but this is Bairstow. Like stepping in there. That's not a good screen. And Diddy's taking a lot of punishment.
That's not a good screen.
And then even look at how bad that one is. That's even worse. Like he was inside the 3-point line when he started that one. Almost. Yeah, his left foot's inside and it's like he almost ends up his entire body outside the 3-point line when he makes contact there. But again, look at how much room Cotton has here. I keep highlighting. Look at the room he's got. And that's, again, why he just has so much time and so much effort. He has so much time to, like, hit buckets. Because if you're grabbing in any of those instances, it's a foul. And this was some sweet acrobatics. Look how hard the Perth bench went on this. they loved it. They're like, no way. A lot of contact. It's such a sweet finish. I'm so glad that was a complete play, floor to end to end. And have a look at this. Keeps it in. Whoop. Oh, man, that was such a good play. Tommy V. A bit of a rough screen, Tommy. Gets the benefit of some hustle there. You like to see that. And Tommy's on the floor, so you know a foul's coming. Oh, no, that was just a straight up pass out of bounds. Again, see what I mean about that Norton screen? He loves that elbow screen, that up high. And, it's effective too. I mean, it's Mooney and he's not the greatest passer. But that I think, if Forde's watching the tape back, because he was a video coordinator, he should look at how to get by that. A lot of contact there, like nothing, Wagstaff. Apparently Wagstaff's allowed to just go into big guys when they're finishing. Still shuffling his feet there. There's hip-to-hip contact. Even jumps into him as well. Can't get a single thing there. Norton brings it up. Blanchfield, I thought he was going to fire that. That would have been sweet. Again, see, this is Tommy's first foul, and I foreshadowed it. Who likes it? Who likes sitting at the elbow screening these?
He's moving.
It's a foul. It's a foul, but
I don't know.
Nah, you love Tommy a lot, though.
I do love Tommy a lot, but no.
But you know what? I like that foul anyway. I like that. You've done this twice. Have one of those. Like, sit down. Stop doing it. Because as a team, like, I like that as team behavior. Like, I don't like the fact that someone's trying to hurt someone on a basketball court. Okay, yeah, fair enough. But it's team behavior to, like, you've done this twice now. Like, I'm the guy who's going to foul out eventually. Like, have one of those and sit down, basically. And look how far... like, surely... That contact surely did mean he ended up at half court. Like, come on. He was at the elbow. Nice little flop action on that. We're going to see that just one more time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tommy.
But I like that as a foul. I like that as a get out of our way. Sit down. Stop. I don't like this up high screen. Stop doing it. And fair enough too. Toddy Blanchfield fires. And that, look at Wagstaff trying as hard as he can to get contact underneath. Look, he's all over him. Leg hooked him. Trying to flail around. I don't like that, man. And it's your mate Tommy as well. Nice. That was a sweet play. We didn't do enough of that, man. Jarrell off the baseline. Even Moller could run. You could run something like that for Moller. But I guess the offensive threat's not really there. Hang on. Let's just have a quick look at this. Does he lift that left foot?
Oh yes, he does.
There you go. That's another travel. Not even looking at it.
Happy feet.
Look at this. Whoop. Nah, didn't. And again, you just have a look at this again. You know, what's up high looking at? Some pasta machine over there. Baseline we can't see. This guy has got down low, has got full view of that. He doesn't see that. That's a horrible travel for them to not call. Okay, on the catch, right foot's his pivot foot. He's taken. There's the catch. Well, there you go. It's travel again, straight up. Loves to travel, man, and they just don't. They're not even looking for it.
They're not.
Nah, Didi can't even, how many? That's like 7 times he's gone to the basket in both games. He can't get a foul, man. 1, 2, even like a rake down as well.
Yeah, that's a foul.
Wagstaff goes to the basket, and then, there's 1, 2, and a rake down. Nah, can't get anything. And then I don't like this foul. Like, this is probably a foul, but Tommy's kind of like not in front of him, but basically because he's got his head down, he's hooking him a little bit. They give that as contact.
It's position.
Yeah.
It's because he's beaten the defender and the defender's initiated contact. That's a fair foul.
And ball doesn't lie, so that's all good. So what do we got here? Did he split the double? That's nice. Beautiful handoff. Yes, we got to do that more, man. Someone coming in off the baseline. All right, this is one I wanted to highlight as well with Geordie. He has a chance to seal here, right? He's not even looking. And that's like, bruz, you got to be paying attention at all times. See, he's not even looking at the play. He's just trusting Diddy's going to go somewhere and finish this. And, he kind of inadvertently seals and screens out. And you're like, that kind of just happens because he's there. Like, that doesn't happen because he's looking for it. He knows what's happening around him. He's kind of just gets lucky. And that's another one where you're just a little bit like Geordie, like you kind of need a little bit of his awareness. But still a nice finish from Diddy. He had such a good game in this game. Diddy up high. Underneath, a lot of contact. Diddy goes down again. Can he get a foul? No. But the tip in. And again, there's a lot of contact here again. What is that? We're at 8. It's Wagstaff up high here. He's under there. That's definitely a foul there. Hip to hip. Yep. Probably take some shoulder contact from Travers as well. And it's, again, not play to play. Oh, we got another travel here. It's not necessarily play to play. I like this defense up high from Geordie. It's how bigs are going to be off the floor. Whoop, there he goes. Lifted his left pivot foot. He's still got the ball in his hand. Another travel. They missed that. He goes all the way and gets a foul. And that's an important bucket because, they go to the line. Can he get any fouls at all? Like, at all?
There's contact in that.
Yeah. Is that a legal screen?
It doesn't really make contact, so.
That's still, look, again, how Bryce gets that much space is basically because of stuff like that. Bends the rules a little bit in the corner. And then what is Nah, we don't know what Wagstaff does. Jarrell baseline. And they're just like, whoa. Jarrell off a catch. Make sure you're watching it, mate, because it's always a travel if Jarrell catches it and goes. Have a look at this. And then Geordie, no respect. Is Geordie ever going to get any respect whatsoever? Just boom, have one in the mush. And look who's screening up on the foul line again.
And just moving through the screen.
But Geordie, no respect, man. That dude just cannot get anything. Wagstaff goes in, and then Jarrell gets his own back. And then I just also wanted to highlight underneath here.
Yeah, that's definitely a charge.
TJ with a just get out of here, Jarvis. You rubbish. And so we're giving it both ways. Like, I don't like that play from DJ. I don't like him elbowing dudes. Jarrell, beautiful pull up, can't hit it. A lot of battling underneath. Diddy goes in. Get out of my way.
Yeah,
but then
elbow. Bit much of an elbow.
And then that's probably a foul as well. Hang on, man. Look how close these barriers are.
Yeah, that's a bit.
And that's like cold steel too, man. Like, how are they? Like, that has to be no more than 1.5 meters away.
Not even.
Yeah, man. That is like cold, unguarded steel there. Like, how, like, move the crowd back. Why is the crowd so close? It's nuts. And then, no respect for Geordie again. Finger twirl? Nah, not even going to review that at all. We're 100% sure it definitely came off Perth. Geordie underneath. Bit of contact there. And that's Jarvis again. Very late to it. Arm in the back. Over the top. Probably hits him. Probably should be shooting free throws. Probably miss him anyway. A lot of contact there. Step back, Brad. Bucket. And then your mate, Tommy V. Hooking under the arm. Can he get anything? Nah. He's giving it the, hey. Like, he's got me under the arm. Like, what are you doing? And then, this is a huge play. Norton comes in, makes a steal. Bryce hits it up. Is he on the floor? He's still on the floor here, so you know what must be happening. And that's probably a foul to me.
He didn't go straight up. He moved into it.
Tommy has to have a seat. Diddy, nice cut from Brad. Brad's a 34-year-old veteran, or 35 now, I think. He definitely gets that foul. Mooney into the turn and fade. Jarrell just gets an elbow underneath. No, we're not going to give that.
Apparently not.
Elbow in the back. Casper grabs the board anyway. It's a low fouling game at this point. Travel. Catch, left foot's his pivot. That's definitely a travel. Moves his feet before the ball hits the floor. Nobody's looking at it again. They get the ball back. And that also was a lot of contact too.
That's all right.
I think it looked like a clean strip actually from Moller from that angle. Brad Newley, where you going, Brad? Just go all the way to the cut, bro. What are you doing? See? There you go. Wall up. Gets the foul. Of course, he's a veteran, 34-year-old. 200 games in the NBL. He gets a foul. Jarrell inside again. Steps on the baseline. What do you think about this contact? A bit front and force heavy, I think. Look, I don't mind that play. I think if he defends it with his body and his left arm, I think his left arm goes up a little bit too late. I think he kind of fouls him there. And it's that contact that kind of pushes him to step on the baseline. I'd like to see the ref call a foul on that.
50-50.
Yeah, a bit of a 50-50. And again, that's a foul. And this is kind of what I'm talking about here, right? The only reason this is a foul, if you watch him make the run, the only reason that's a foul is because of that screen. And he actually fights into the screen. We saw him getting heaps of space, and suddenly he's up there and trying to keep pace with it, and he gets a foul straight away. So it's kind of 6 to 1, half a dozen the other. Have a look at that. Like, that's a decent screen, but it's also that's a good screen, but it's also about it's a pretty good double high. But basically, if Moller doesn't completely commit to that, that's when DJ has plenty of space. Sorry, then Cotton has plenty of space to actually get that shot off. Have a look at this. First time he calls for it. Yep. Okay. Yep. Sure. Sure thing. You call for a Bryce. I got you back. Bang. You know, we missed 2 already. Basically, you know, Geordie can't have one. Somebody else was calling for one before, but nah, you're not having them. But Bryce gets one straight away. First time of
Yeah, mate.
asking.
Yep. We love you. We love you, Bryce. That's a nice.
That was a nice jumper.
We love you, Bryce.
We love you, Bryce.
What
Oh,
is
this was this under the basket where like there's some people on
Slow
Twitter
them
just
down.
being like, what are you talking about? Like it's nearly a good screen. That's terrible defending, man. That's embarrassing. And what's more embarrassing is this is the baseline ref that blew a bunch of the calls, and the one that Forde was talking about basically. I mean, look how wide his feet are. His feet are almost the width of the entire charge circle. It's crazy.
Jesus.
I'm so
I mean,
surprised that, you know, you got a baseline ref, you got a sideline ref, both can see that. And they're both just like, yeah, no, perfectly good screen.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's not a good screen.
No,
That's an illegal screen.
So that's a you know, crucial part of the game.
Okay, plants.
Whoa. You want to take a few more steps before dribbling there, Toddy? Jeez. And have a peep at this. He's not watching it. Baseline, we can't see. He's looking at this pass machine action over here, and we can't see the guy that's on the sideline. But how do you miss that, man? That was like 5 steps. I wish I could get the Shackton a fool out. The ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that's poor, man.
Up there. Oh, yeah. His feet are slight. Yeah, that's terrible. He's made about 8 steps before he's even released the basketball.
No, some pretty good defense on Cotton there. That was good to see from Jarrell. We've got Caspar. Foul? No?
Foul. Yeah, that's a foul.
And then, you know, Jarrell lays that in. I don't know if there was a little bit of contact here, but, you know, you could call that on Caspar.
Yeah, the foul's on the floor, so that's, yeah. Do we really care about that? Not really.
Oh, look, close to kind of getting him across the head. But yeah, nah, fair enough. You know, bailed out by some buckets. He's Cotton up high, finds Norton again underneath. A little bit of travel there, maybe. Geordie goes to the floor. Oh man, I hate those ones. I hate it when bigs go to the floor like that. So I gotta come back and say, yeah, that's a bit dodgy.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah.
And Toddy Blanchfield in the corner, misses that.
Pushing DJ's back there.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shove. You know, it's all elbows, all extended elbows. I mean, DJ's kind of hooking him a little bit across the arm, but there's a lot of extended elbow on that. Shoves again. I mean, you know, Blanchfield went, "Whoa!" and he got a call, but DJ didn't really flinch there. Maybe if he goes, "Whoa!" he gets a call. Maybe.
Got to sell it a bit more.
Yeah.
I think it's too much of a gentleman.
Or too nice. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, yeah, and this is when Norton gets clocked in the face by Geordie.
Fair enough. Could happen to a nicer bloke.
Yeah, nothing much going on. Oh, logo slip. Let's have a look at that in slow-mo. Thanks, Bunnings Trade logo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, double foot. That was both feet. Oh, that's not a good look for the league. Oh, foul? No. Bit of a ropey charge. That's pretty good defense from Cass. A little strip. Goes down. That's a flop, but
that's a flop.
How many times this season have we been sitting here going, I can't believe they just gave that as a charge. That's rubbish, you know?
Yeah, that's a good call in hindsight. Anyway.
They probably get more of those wrong than they get right.
Yeah.
And here they got it right. And we're like, I can't believe it. It's a foul. DD up high. Nice spin. A lot of contact there. Jarrell goes in. Another foul? No, can't get a foul.
That's a foul.
That's also a foul. And he hits it. Cotton up high. Misses that underneath. And I think that was a little bit of like an over the back. DJ up high. Oh, a lot of contact in the back there, you know. That was similar to that one from Casper from before. I kind of shoved Cotton a little bit more. A lot of contact there. Lays that in. Nice floater, rather. Wag stuff off the dribble. Misses that. I think this is where my editing's getting a bit ropey. Oh, that was a nice pass underneath, and then it ends up being a foul. Now, is this crucial part of the game, third quarter? Is this really a foul?
Is it a foul if his hands are going straight up?
Yeah, Yeah, it probably is. That's probably a pretty good
Yeah,
call.
it's the definition of a foul, but it's a bit.
But in the context of this
Soft.
game, it's pretty soft.
Soft. It's
There's a
soft.
lot of body contact there. DJ just rifles one. He's like, "Oh, that's a bad shot." We're up 1 here. It's a crucial part of the game, though. Third quarter. Bit of contact underneath. Bairstow goes through him. Surprised they didn't give Tommy V a foul there for bumping him.
That's a good screen.
Again, it's Bryce again.
He's set. He's completely set.
You see here, it's a nice handoff to drops his feet. That's pretty legal.
That's a legal screen.
Because he flails a bit.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's a bad call. And poor old Tommy V, he has to sit down eventually. Ooh, happy feet. Happy feet there. Yeah, I think that was a travel as well.
Cool. That Cotton call is bad.
And it's your boy Tommy V too. And the fact that he has to sit. Oh, jump stop that comes to another couple of steps. No, that's a travel for me.
That's a travel, yep.
But yeah, again, like 40 doesn't go, these calls cost us, this cost us, that cost us, this cost us. He kind of goes, really, really affects the game. There's issues to some of this fouling. Tommy V has to take a seat. You look at some of these other fouls on the Perth team, maybe that kind of extends their rotation a little bit more. And they've got some better bigs. Like, if you start to get Mooney off the floor. DJ all the way. A lot of contact there. No, can't get anything there.
That's I don't get things because I'm a rookie.
I guess it was kind of low down. It looked like leg to leg contact, so a little bit incidental. I wish I had like a liquid transport where I could just transport this stuff like with a thing and not have to click so many times. It'd be sweet.
Moving screen, but didn't hit.
And then he gets Shawnee Bruce holds his hand up, but if you actually watch this,
it's just out of control.
There's not really that much contact. Both arms are extended. He kind of has his arm on his back. It's one of those ones where your arm's on him, so they're probably going to call it, even though the contact wasn't really that much. So it's not much there. But Shawnee puts his hand up, so you just go, no, he accepted it. Oh, shoved into the third row, but he misses the little jumper. It's a shame. Oh, a lot of contact there on that rip down. Craig Moller goes up once,
that's a foul.
Goes up twice, gets the and one. That was pretty good too.
That's good, yeah.
And Craig's been playing well under the basket the last few games. And misses the free throw. But Jarrell gets it. Oh no, I think he got like a foul there, like a rip down foul. And Gleason, not happy.
No.
Oh, a little pick in the background. Unlucky, bros.
Get that boogie.
Yeah. We're gonna nose pick shame that bloke. Oh yeah, this one I want to talk about as well.
Who gets caught on this one?
This is Shawnee Bruce. Watch this. Eagle eyes underneath, sees a shirt pull. Hang on, you saw a shirt pull through the back of Mooney. And look, he's looking at the ball carrier here. He's looking at the ball carrier. He must take a quick peek at him holding his shirt here. And go, I've given a foul there. That's... And even Shawnee's giving him the, cough mate type treatment. How much shirt grabbing have we seen in this game and he just magically calls it there? Underneath, I think that was new. Look at this too. Like this is where I said to you, we're in the bonus suite. Suddenly a shirt, like a rubbish shirt grab foul, and then suddenly just another incidental foul. Oh, look, both teams are in the bonus now. What a shame, eh? I think that's very rarely this season we've gotten into the bonus against teams. How much contact is that? And he gets the foul too. Yeah, flexes a little bit. Loves to flex. If he plays good, play bad. He could be playing terrible. He still flexes. He's
the Kelly Oubre of our league.
Yeah, it's good. Another heavy contact there. Misses that. Jordy comes through and they're just like foul. It's like, oh, no respect, Jordy. No respect for this man. And even he thinks that's a stinky poo-poo call. Out of control, Brad.
That's a foul.
I think he ended up getting a foul for that. Yeah, he's lifted his 3-point percentage too.
Yeah.
Have a look at this. And how late they called this? Like,
Yeah. Go back.
yeah, we'll watch this one again. It's Brad. Comes through. Another like little hand clap foul. But how do you end up on the ground for that? You know what I mean? Like he touches you at the 8, almost like on the way down, and then suddenly you end up on the ground. And then look at how late they're still playing here, and I think there is where the call's made. And it's like when he's like basically on the ground. So it's like, oh, a little bailout there. Casper foul, no, on the shoulder. Can't get a foul there either.
Foul. He's on his shoulder pushing him. It's a foul. He's one position.
Jarrell, how's that not a foul? Like
that is a complete foul.
Whack stuff up high. So a lot of up high curl action from out in the baseline. Blanchfield. I hate that one too, that they do that a lot. Where the shooter kind of shoots like right on the hip of the screener. You almost want to just shove the dude into the shooter and just go, I'll take a foul for that. Sweet. Whoa, happy feet. Let's have another look at that. That looked like a travel.
Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my, that is.
And then they give a foul for it, and you're just like, what a bailout that is. It's 70 all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, no.
6 minutes to go. We're up 1. Bit uncharacteristic from Perth. Like a bit ropey. Like, I haven't seen them play this ropey down the stretch of a game in a while. And that to me is some pretty clean defense. I thought that was pretty good defense from Casper. I mean,
seeing slow-mo here. Yeah, that's completely clean.
It was a great rip. I mean, in the context of a game, right? It's a close game. You could probably arguably say that contact there's a foul, but you know, Cotton's got his arm up. He's not leaning too far into it. Casper's got his arm up as well. It's not the worst defense. I guess the initiation is he's Cotton putting his arm up, but then that rip down, man, for me is perfect. And then if you hear where they call that, it's on the rip down too, and you're just like, I didn't like that call. I thought it was a bad call.
Yeah, that's.
Look at Norton. Kind of goes stumbling out in the backcourt. I wonder why.
Foul.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of contact there. Let's have another look at it. Oh.
Probably foul on the floor, but take the 2.
What do you think of that one?
That is a complete and utter flop.
Yeah, you thought it was a flop? I still think it's an offensive foul.
No, he's not got his feet set. He's moving.
Hang on. Because
moving.
He's moving, right?
He's moving laterally.
And he's got his whole arm extended. See how he flicks out with his arm? I'm more happy to that's 100% a flop. But I'm still, if they turn that around and go, that's an offensive foul, I'm still like, yeah, well, you extended your arm, you flicked him. I'm glad he missed the shot. I think karma kind of dictates that he misses that shot.
Yeah, the karma gods made it easiest for not to decide that. But if that shot goes down, that's not an offensive. That's not an offensive foul. That's a flop.
And then again, how many times in this have we seen just stiff arms where they're just like, foul? You can't stiff arm anyone, man.
That's a foul.
Underneath, I think it was Mooney. I mean, how many of these like
Mooney be fouled out by now?
Yeah, inside where Mooney's he's got his arm on his hip again.
Yeah, that's a foul.
Over the top, a lot of heavy contact there. Jarrell's a bit out of control too, so yeah, 6.5 and it's old mate again. It's that same guy who made these bad calls, and then the block. It's just clean as everyone's. And Diddy's giving it the come on, and Casper's like, come on, somebody, anyone. Let us review this. I can't believe, right? It's this dude down the bottom that makes this call. Like,
oh, that's the cleanest block I've ever seen.
And I have no idea what this guy on the sideline was like seeing. Like, I don't know. See, he's the furthest ref away, and he's the one that made the call. I don't understand how you make that call. You at least let your baseline guy try and sort it out. It's just like the guy on the sideline. Like if the guy on the baseline made that call, I'd go, fair enough. Like, look, he made that call. He's there.
If that was in Bulgaria, you'd say one of the refs was on the take.
Yeah, check his locker for a brown paper bag. But yeah, he was the one kind of making all the bad calls. This baldy dude. And then if you're nugs, like baseline the guy on the baseline is the Nugs dude that we quite affectionately known as Nuggety small man. You know, you run in and you just go, whoa, no, I'm on the baseline. There was nothing in that. Like, you know, let's go side out and let's replay that type of thing. You know, you don't just go, yeah, all right, you made that call 30 feet away. Sure, mate. You can have that one. I thought that was poor, man.
Yeah, that's poor. And that's 2 shots as well, when really it should be a clean block.
Yeah. Man, is he getting younger, Kevin Lish?
Right, he's gone back to school. It looks like he's just applied for university.
Scripture studies. Terrell baseline again, getting all the way.
Yeah, that's.
And then I think you got a foul there.
Yeah.
And Gleason's not happy. Gleason's like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, mate, goes up high, and then I think that was a foul on the seal there from Wagstaff. Yeah, he kind of hooked him. He's got his arm around him.
Yeah. That's play foul.
There's kind of a lot of that going on in this game in the context of what's happening.
That's the thing though, with Casper on 4, like how does he defend? And that's a rip. So how does
like surely if you give that other one on Cotton, then you give that one as well. Like that's similar type of situation.
Clean rip, but you know,
it was a nice piece of play from Norton, but this contact there, you know, if you give him Cotton a foul for that, then it's the exact same play basically. That was a nice pass too. And then this unsportsmanlike.
I don't know, man. He's going for the block.
Yeah, and he's up.
He's going for the block.
Like he doesn't come down into Blanchfield's face or anything.
No. Yeah,
I'm still really surprised they called this an unsportsmanlike. It was kind of like a call looking for an unsportsmanlike, really. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like they really did well protecting the player there, and you know that's a call that needs to be made. I just thought, you know, they kind of were feeling themselves and then gave that an unsportsmanlike.
He's expecting Blanchfield to go up for a shot. He pump fakes. It's a good pump fake, and he draws the foul. That's all it is. It's not a hard foul. He's not ripping down. He's not extending a knee.
Yeah, and he's not going into Blanchfield's face. Like if he came down with that arm on the head or the face area, you go, yeah, okay, fair enough. That's not a great basketball play. But he comes down on the ball. Like he gets the ball there. Like in the other shot, like there, his arm's like on the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, and in the context of the game, what are they up 1? No, they're up 2. And then 2 shots and the ball. Or is it 1 shot on the ball? I can't remember. I turned it off. I had to turn it off, man. After that Casper, that blocking foul, I was just like, I can't watch. My heart's gonna explode, man. I can't do it.
2 shots. Yeah, it's 2 shots in the ball back. That's a bad call, especially on review. Like, what the hell?
And then that's I think it really. I don't know. What do you think? What's your main takeaway?
That someone's on the take in this reffing group.
It's definitely this dude down here. Like you'll be able to see it. It's definitely that guy, and he was the one Forde called out as the most inexperienced. You know, he's a young Perth ref, and if he's a young ref, I kind of go, oh well, you had a shocker. Like what a shame. That's But
the fact that he's a local ref does make you question his integrity.
Yeah, plant. go full conspiracy.
I don't even know.
Well,
it's just that they really should have a crew chief that really decides on kind of big calls what the hell's going on, like in the NBA. Like this is the crew chief, whereas in the NBL they don't really have a crew chief. They kind of just have 3 guys going, nah mate, sit down. No, I don't want to hear you. Nah mate.
Look, I made the call and I thought it was the right call. It's like, yeah, well, how about you have a look at it, use the technology, and you'll see it wasn't the right call.
Yeah, that's the.
But what's your overall thoughts anyway after watching some of that?
Perth are ref very differently than the rest of us.
I think that's, for me, that was when I was cutting it up. That was the takeaway, really. And we'll go through it. We're going to do the pod soon, and spoiler alert, this will come out after the pod. But it's eye opening just how much room Cotton gets, how many of these screens are just all over the place,
how much traveling they do.
Yeah, there's a lot of travel. I'm surprised they don't look at it, because usually, like, how many times do you feel like when you're watching the Kings, you're just like, whoa, eagle eyes, man, he saw that, like, and they're like all over it, and you're just like, man, usually they're all over these travels, but yeah, Perth kind of gets away with a fair few.
If I'm the ref boss and a team sends me a thing saying, hey, watch this guy, he travels, I would then say to my refs, watch him through the game and see if he travels. Call it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one of the basic rules of refereeing. Okay, right, we've got this footage, we've reviewed it. Yep, it seems like he does this a lot. We're going to now start refereeing, but it doesn't seem like they've done that at all.
Yep. So I think, final words. It's definitely eye-opening. I think it's definitely, to Perth's advantage, those screens can be looked at, I think, by the refs. I think, it's easy for us as Kings fans. We had Bogut last year, but I don't feel like, the 2 years of watching us with Bogut that he was setting some crazy screens and we had some sort of really elaborate screening system that was causing us to get open shots. Like I thought...
Bogut doesn't shuffle. He moves his hips out. He's not a shuffler. He doesn't move with the screen. He sticks his ass out. That was always his tactic. As the guy came round, he'd move his hips out, which is very, very skirting the law. Whereas these guys are completely moving into the screen further. Whereas you're not, as Casper would come round the screen, Bogut would stick his bum out. His feet would be planted. So it's kind of a 50-50 call how bad the ref want to kind of ref that. But yeah, these guys are still moving. They're setting some pretty hard screens with shoulders, elbows, and yeah, it's just different.
And then the back and forth nature of some of those calls, like some are called, some aren't. And then it's easy for a game to kind of devolve into a mess. Especially in the NBL where it's not the high level, the highest super high experience. And it's easy to see, like we watched that in 3 parts basically over 2 nights. So we didn't get the full, like when I was cutting it up, to me, it's so easy to see that there's something different going on here. Because when we're at home, you just watch something, like we just get none of those like, oh, that's a foul because, the crowd's loud. I'm here. I got to make a tough call. I made a call on that. Like there's kind of none of that. But then in Perth, there's a lot of that. So that was my takeaway anyway. Cool. So hopefully everyone out there got a little bit of an eye-opening moment. It wasn't necessarily intended to be, let's get really salty and whinge and complain. Like it was kind of more to look at what was happening in some of those plays. I think we'll try and do this a little bit more because it's a good format. To actually look like it's cathartic to kind of look at some of these plays and watch them. Yeah. Kind of watch what Perth's doing. You see that foul line screening from Norton, stuff like that, where he likes to exaggerate some of those as well. And you see some of those, just how many times Perth come out off a baseline cut all the way out, the rescreen, the double, the drag, like it's all a package in there to it's designed to get Cotton more space and Blanchfield a lot more space. And we could kind of use some of that. I think
for DJ.
Use some of that
all
for
right,
DJ. Let's wrap it up. So final word from you.
Eye-opening.
Eye-opening.
Definitely.
That's it. 1 word? 2 words?
That's it.
1 word and a hyphen? 2 words and a hyphen even?
Eye-opening.
Yeah, all right. And so thanks everyone for watching. As always, you can like and subscribe. We are on Facebook. We're doing podcasts live on Facebook. We're also putting these up on YouTube, and we're on Twitter, and we're also in audio form if you want to listen to the podcast. Definitely get onto that, and we will see you guys next time
on the King's Dive.